All right, episode 1 of season 2. To give you a little intro, today we're going to be talking about blood and origin with one of my favorite people, CeeJae. We are always good for long conversations, and I feel like everyone has to have a friend like that, that you can call them no matter what time has passed and talk about the most random and the most deep and sincere feelings that you have without any judgment at all, as if no time has passed. He is definitely one of those people for me, and you're going to find out why. Listen in. All right, so we have with us tonight, this is CeeJae, a blast from a past.
Hello there.
Yes. So good to get you on here. You have been one of the personalities that I have been missing in this podcast.
Honors, thank you.
Yes, because everyone else is sort of, they're knowledgeable and they're nice and polite, but I need like dirty, honest sass.
Oh, Lord, dirty.
Yeah, so I've been missing your sass. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is fantastic.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to give it to you filthy then.
Yes. The better one that we have, why not to talk about The Witcher? Phenomenal show. So with Blood and Origin, we're gonna dive right in here. Do you think they only did that to subtext things they're gonna talk about in season 3? Or is it gonna become its own like pre-show? Like
I feel like
House of Dragons.
I feel like they're kind of testing like both. Like, okay, like let's give a little background for season 3, and then depending on how well the show does, then maybe we can have like our own little thing going.
Right.
You know? And I heard like reviews like and they're not taking it very well.
Oh really? On
Yeah.
Blood Origin?
Like Blood Oranges, yeah, they were not like people were not taking the show. I loved it. I'm gonna start with that. I loved it.
Okay, so the first episode was a little tiresome, but I think that's because you already have in your mind what The Witcher is about. So you're like, where are the demons? Where is like the sexual tension? Where's all of it? And it was like so story drawn, which it needed to be, but it was like way slower than their normal pace. So maybe that's why people didn't like it, but definitely by like the second, third, and absolutely the fourth, it was on track as normal Witcher writing.
I mean, I was kind of expecting that for the first episode. You kind of have to tell a story. You have to give us a little bit of background. You know, I wasn't expecting super high drama right out the gate, which we did get towards the end of the episode.
Yeah, that's sort of when it started to get turned up, where it was like, okay, now that we've gone over all that boring things, let's get to the real stuff.
Like
Um,
oh,
who
I
was
don't
your
say it's
favorite warrior out of all those?
so favorite. I mean, let me see. I don't know who I would say my favorite is, but I was definitely rooting for like the main chick. Like, she was totally like,
The Lorax or the singer one, right?
yeah, the
Yeah, I think
what, what,
I
what
think
they
it's
call it?
Lorax
The
was
Lark.
like
She was
Lark.
called the
There
Lark.
we go, Lorax. Okay, Dr. Seuss. I'm tripping.
Yeah,
Um,
she definitely had her head on her shoulder. She was definitely a leader type.
yes, she was good, and I do like.
I
I
think
don't know. There's
the acting was definitely killing it too.
yes, there's something about those songs though too, that like, I don't know. I just wish I would have lived in that time and like you're seeing some kind of song, or maybe that's just me wanting like somebody to make a song about me. I think that's
You know,
where this is originating from.
the songs is like how they like passed on like oral
I
history.
know it's so phenomenal. Why did our teachers not do it like that?
I bet she's gonna start singing a song about me very soon.
Right. Absolutely. uh but she was good. And then the one that was the dwarf,
Oh, she was cute.
she was cute, which I've seen her on my TikTok page a lot lately. She does
almost
like
like
these
you know,
makeup tutorials, or like, you know how famous people love to say, like, this is my morning
she's a
routine.
social media influencer. I think that's
Yeah. And I thought to myself, she looks familiar. What's she playing? Up, here we go. I was like, oh, I know that girl. Kind of stand out when you're specific.
the wizard guy. I was definitely what's his name?
Oh, yes, the brother celestial twins.
I was like,
Or are you
why
talking
that
about the
guy?
main one?
The main bad guy. Like,
Oh, okay.
I was kind of like, okay.
I don't know. Like, he gave up his two kids, and
And
then,
then, as a bad guy, you have to do some bad stuff, and
but then that didn't even work. And he was like, oh, I forgot. I had that dude, like, real sacrifice. Okay, so you
yeah,
didn't love your
that was
children?
like
That's
that
what
was
you're
just
saying?
ridiculous.
I was like,
Yeah, you have to make major sacrifices to feel empowered by you,
but I
okay?
feel like, don't normal, like, villains, they have, like, their prodigy. They're like, okay, you're gonna grow up to be just like me. Like, he was literally like, nope, no need for that. I'll be enough.
Well, it's like you can be my prodigy, or
I
I
could
can
just be
step on
better.
I can step on you and make myself super powerful.
Right.
He chose the dark route.
And what was the point? Who was the other lady? That was just his
Well,
trainee that he was like, oh, I actually do. I'm like really fond of you, so you're gonna be the sacrifice.
shoot, it's nothing personal. He wanted to be God among elves.
Yes. But what I did not get was how. Okay, so they destroyed the. What do they call it?
The
Um.
the pillars.
Yeah. Monarch or something like that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like monoliths.
Yes,
Like like
monoliths.
like connect you to like other dimensions and worlds and stuff.
So they destroyed that, but the one twin brother was the one that created it?
Apparently, he rediscovered them,
Okay.
and that used to be like some kind of old like dwarf technology that they used to use.
Okay, because that's where I got lost. Because he was like, I can do this. And he, all of a sudden at the end, had all this, power that was unbeknownst to anybody. Like, sir, you couldn't have just shut this down from the beginning? What's going on here?
No, because apparently like the magic he was wielding was like some form of chaos magic that the other elves weren't using. So they had to like
Hmm.
find a way to like channel his power to use it against him.
So,
So like he didn't survive. I'm assuming.
so what did, I'm assuming he did not survive either. Because
Yeah.
her tears were like nonstop for like 10 seconds. I said, oh, okay, go ahead with your boo. I think you'll be okay with the boyfriend, and you lost your not blood, but just celestial twin. I think you're going to be all right.
Yeah.
Um,
He did have to like clean up his mess. So.
right. So it's going to be okay, girl. But I don't know how I felt. I felt like everything else was sort of drawn out and they kind of explained really well. But at the end, I felt like they went too fast. Like they were just supposed to like all see up in the sky some merging of three planets, one being their own. So you're seeing your planet from third person and they're
So
supposed to know what that means.
I don't think people who are like outside of the story, I'm pretty sure like they're just seeing like worlds converge and they don't know like what the hell is going on.
Okay, because
But
I was like, okay, y'all going a little fast. I feel like y'all ran out of budget. Y'all were like, we're gonna have to skip it. We're gonna have to put it in this end of this episode. We can't do another episode.
and they were definitely trying to like explain how humans came into their world because if you think about the last season of Witcher and how they were talking about it was always elves there first and then
Right.
man came with all his war.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like a little bit of foreshadowing for Blood Origin as they
Well,
try
they
to talk about
definitely,
it.
I definitely felt like the whole show was to explain things that they had not tied up in season one or two.
I don't know.
And
This
then it's
also.
supposed to be because they put him back into place where he was, which was basically, singing for Garat and the same place we left him in the end of season two.
It did feel like a filler
So I was like, okay.
Because I feel like they
What?
might, I don't know, they might try to switch up something, so they kind of use this to,
Kind of fill in some gap. Maybe somebody else is
yeah,
coming, like a new villain. All of a sudden, like that super powerful guy will be back, and they'll be like, okay, now you know who it is, so we're good.
right, see?
You're like, no,
If it,
y'all did not do a little quick 4 episodes to explain one new character. Y'all better
I was
stop.
like, first of all, I was super pissed when I cut off at episode 6. I'm like, I'm tired of Netflix and these limited mini series. My goodness. I was like, oh my god,
Yes.
I just started watching it like 2 seconds ago. It's over.
Yes, it's so ridiculous. And then I don't even understand what happened to the Chinese lady.
Well,
Like she
I
buried her
think,
sword and she put
I
her hands
think,
up to the sun. Like what happened? I didn't see the lady die.
I
Like what?
feel like that right was like her putting her clan, like some kind of like tribal tradition for her clan, so that their spirit can like finally rest in peace, because they were like slaughtered once upon a time.
But that means that she's still alive, correct?
That I think she's still alive during their time, but I don't know if we'll see her again when Witcher
Hmm.
resumes. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like she probably just walked off into the
Because it is a little confusing. Like I get that they went back in time to tell this story to the singer. I can't even remember his name. But I don't know where in time that took place. Like if it took place right before The Witcher started or like
yeah, it would
centuries
have to.
before. Like you know what I'm saying? Like how far in time? Like would it be possible that we'd even see any of those characters unless they were like some kind of evil spirit, which could be possible with the real bad guy.
I don't know, because at the same time, you did see the guy from what was like the mage for like the little evil queen. You did see
Yes,
him.
yes, 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 yes.
You did see him.
Oh,
Like
right
he,
at the very end after the
yeah.
credits.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm like, how did he move through time? Well, because a
Well,
monolith.
that's what he was saying, that they didn't
Yeah.
realize you could actually move through time itself, not just places.
So what is his purpose? Like, what is he gonna try to do
Oh,
now
who
that he's
knows? Or maybe he was the one behind everything. I don't know. But I thought he was like good, and then all of a sudden he was like, "Oh no, I like evil now."
I don't know if he's evil. He might try to go back into the future to try to change. I don't know.
I
He
don't
could. He
know.
could be a good guy.
But
But I didn't know that back in the past he was pretty weak. So I don't know.
right, a little fearful,
Because he was getting his ass back to that. Okay.
and he did like get found out super quick too.
Yeah. Like.
He was like, "I stole the book. I read 2 pages. Oh no, we're caught." I was like, this is quite the speedy right here. This last episode is like on crack. Y'all are going too fast." And
I
he
wish
was,
I like.
I
But
was, I was surprised he lived though. I guess his only part of living was to say that part about he didn't realize you could actually travel through time. So maybe he'll find them and then they'll all travel. Listen, if the whole Witcher cast start traveling through time like some kind of fantasy Doctor Who, I swear to God,
oh Lord.
I will be
Okay.
so upset at the franchise.
Well, you do always need new storylines. So
Oh, true. But I mean, I feel I don't know. That might be a little too much. Doing the most. Doing the most.
we'd have to like rebuild the monolith anyway to get it to work, wouldn't there?
Well, isn't that what was in, like that castle that all the Witchers were in?
Yeah.
Isn't that a monolith that's right there? That was in the hall, like where they were eating? It was like a broken piece of one, right?
Yeah. It was broken. It's not the.
Because
It's not
that's
the.
what was like allowing things to come through. And I don't
See,
think they necessarily destroyed that. I think they just destroyed the beast that was coming out at the end of that season.
you don't need the whole monolith to like.
I guess. I mean, because that's definitely, they didn't have a whole one in that dining hall. Not with them Imperial ceilings, girl. Mm-mm. But I will say something, though. If that queen is known for anything, She'll be known for that eye makeup, girl.
It's still,
Girl.
as she turned on, still living through time.
Okay, the glitter, the yellow, the brightness, the lashes for days. I
And she did.
said, "Oh,
She
how
had
many
all kinds of
else?"
makeup. If you remember, I remember when she was getting when she was like being betrothed. She had like this white thing on her face.
Yeah, but this was like, I was like, okay. I mean, I could easily see how anybody will do with anything that you say. With them
Mm-hmm.
eyes bashing around here, these elves have no idea what's going on. All of a sudden, Empress Barbie over here, she looks like an Empress brat doll.
Well, that's what
Like,
it means to be popular.
eyes popping, glitter, eyeshadow was banging, but then she pulled out that knife like a coward, though. Mm-mm-mm.
What was it?
Remember me. For what? Your lashes? I'll take them off.
But of my dramatic death.
Yes. She should have just jumped right off of the rooftop right there.
But I mean, in hindsight, if it was me, I'd be super pissed. I'm like, I'm about to lose my kingdom. These bitches are over here, like, in my face, trying to, like, take everything that I have. I am gonna pull the knife out. I'm like, no, bitches.
Really? You would pull the knife out? No.
I
Siege.
would
I
be
don't think I would pull it out. I think I would try to like swim my way, like doggy paddle my way to safety. Be like, listen,
I will
they
return.
stole all the food. We're gonna get it back, and we're gonna be like, I don't know. I would PR the hell out of it.
Oh my god, girl, they did not have a single grain in that no single.
Girl, she was like, all of this is yours. There's nothing. Be like, that is the
Crazy.
cruelest thing ever to get a bunch of hungry people that don't even got energy to get up and get all like energized about receiving nothing.
It's crazy.
Ma'am, I I'm surprised they didn't want to just like revolt against her and be like, we gonna kill you for the cruel joke.
Well, that wouldn't solve anything at the end of the
No, but that
day.
was brutal, girl. She was like, "Oh, this is bad." They're like, yeah, we know. We're starving. What's wrong with you?" Too much. Too much. Mm. But I know Google is listening to either listening to my podcast or listening to whatever Google listens to, everything I say. Because all I see on my Facebook reel or scrolling is different fan pages for Geralt. And I'm like, all right. We all know The Witcher is coming. Chill out, Google.
That is so real.
Don't overload me. Like,
It's either like it's listening to your thoughts or it's like reading your mind.
it's
And
so
it's
out
like,
of control. Like, Geralt drinking a coffee. Geralt, whatever. Like, all these different fan pages. I'm like, okay, y'all need a hobby. Or y'all need to get together and make a better page or something. Like, the title can't be The Witcher Following. Okay. Who's
I
in
mean,
charge of your
the
marketing?
Witcher does have like a cult like following.
They do. And I will. Okay, so Witcher 3 is coming. That's what we really hyped up about. I feel like if all of these characters don't come back, I'm okay with that. As long as Geralt is there, I'm alright. All of these people from the Blood Origin. Okay, you told your story. If you don't come, that's okay. As long as Geralt is there, we're gonna be alright. If you kill him off, we're gonna have some major issues. Major.
Well, I think that's coming. Or he's just gonna be replaced.
Well, so there was issues with him coming back for season 3, right?
Yeah.
But then he ended up doing it. So maybe it was just a time thing. So they're like, look, we're gonna put in a filler to get you a little bit more time.
Wow.
And then once you see how much we're putting into this brand, then you'll be on board. Cause I don't know anybody else that could even like his stature, his poise, His mannerisms. I don't know any other actor that could just like step into it.
Kind of
Unless,
weird. Because, like, he also
no.
had issues with, like, Superman, too. Like, what is going on?
Because he has that kind of, it's that kind of stature and stuff that he has.
But
His
I think,
poise.
did he definitely get fired, though, from being Superman?
Oh, I don't know that. Uh oh. We got a
What happened?
problematic superstar? Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, at one point, like, I know The Rock was, like, trying to, like, get him to be Superman. I feel like that fell through.
Oh no. Don't be problematic. We love you. Oh. And speaking about eye makeup, Yennefer has some good eyes as well.
I know, right? The
She was
purple.
always on point. All these other witches, they'd be like regular mascara, and she'd be like, I'm coming through with my turquoise eyeliner and turquoise mascara right now because I do the most.
Well, it did match the color of her eyes, too. Jennifer Vanderbeek.
Yes. And then she would have like those purple eyes, magenta.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the best when she would like match her eye makeup and the dress to it. Okay, girl.
She's definitely my favorite,
Side
for
note,
sure.
I do have magenta mascara. Of course I do. I don't even know
I,
why there'd be a
I do
question.
not about it.
Right. Why would there be a question about that? And somebody at work the other day like, looked at me and they were like, is your mascara magenta? Or like whatever they called it the not right name, like pink or something. I'm like, oh yeah, it's magenta. And they were like, oh, that's so cool. I was like, yeah, I know.
Oh,
Thank you.
like, and the point of this conversation was.
Right. You're just pointing out obvious things? I don't know. You slow, because this is like day 4 for me to be rocking this, so.
Oh, Lord. Welcome to.
Yes.
Well, I guess we're in 2023 now. Welcome to 2023.
I know. Welcome to it, bitch. Oh my God. I
Your
can't
personal
even believe
information.
that we're in this year. I saw this post on Facebook earlier today, right? And it was like, oh, something, something, something. Somebody asked me about, how was something 30 years ago? And I'm thinking in my mind like 1970. And they're like, oh, no, I mean like 1992. And like, I wanted to die in my bed. And I was like, oh, that's me too. And I'm reading this. I want to die as
Deny, deny,
well.
deny.
30 years ago was in the 90s. What? Oh my God. I refuse.
I gotta remind myself that
Listen.
since I'm only 25, that I have to remember that I wasn't around during that time. Okay?
Okay.
Next statement.
I feel like there's some mathematical issues there.
Yeah, that sounds pretty right. Not the sounds right.
Okay, so that's gonna be your statement. You 25.
I'm always 25.
Okay,
I've been
forever,
25 for a
forever a
long time.
quarter. Okay, I got you. I'm gonna
I
just
don't
change
know.
your name on my phone.
I don't know what the birth year that is off the top of my head, but I can do the math for you. Get ready.
Oh, be like, but what year were you born? I'm 25. I can see you like somewhere like the NBA. But what year? I'm 25. I said.
Yeah, this like in
You
25.
do the
Your
math.
computer can do the math.
You
Thank
want to
you.
know so bad. You do the math.
I don't understand. People need to get with the times.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like the 30s, well, especially life in general, these 3 years of COVID, nobody should count them.
Exactly.
Let's just skip over that. We're going to go 3 years back, take 3 years off everybody's life, which I feel like is almost happening. We had like last week, we had like 4 birthday parties for people in their 90s. Ma'am,
Hello.
what you doing outside? What's going on here? I
I
was
feel
like,
like,
okay, I'm gonna take my 3 years back because I feel like they definitely did.
and
They
I don't think
they
it's
up here
exactly
crediting
right. It's a
themselves.
great time to be wrong. So
Yes.
I'm not,
And then we could probably take back just another 10 years because I feel like,
yes, because I'm feeling very youthful these days. Okay.
yes, I feel hip. I feel like I know what's going on, except when they do
Exactly.
like real dumb stuff though.
feel like I'm like ready to graduate my senior year of high school. Like,
Listen, let's go back to college. I would totally do that.
period. You know?
Listen, there were like some college kids that like moved away and then they came back. I was like, what are you talking about? Go back, go party it up. I was like, I will go in your name. Let's go. You'll get some great grades. We be
That's
good.
what we do party we go to school for an education.
Yes.
I think that's
Okay,
what
your
we do at
PG is
school.
showing. Tuck it in, girl.
You know? I always have to stay true to PG.
Yes.
PG did wonders for me.
Oh,
Because at the
PG
time we were
is. Oh, it's memorable for me. So memorable. Oh, there's nothing like a good PG.
mm-hmm.
Mm-mm-mm. Like, I had my YouTube music on the other day, right? And it was just shuffling through all of my likes. All of a sudden came on was like some DC Go Go. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. Is this
Okay.
like 1997?
Period.
Turn that shit up.
Get your ratchet on.
Girl, I was like, oh my goodness. But I feel like if I played that around here at all, they'd be like, what's going on? Who brought,
Okay,
like,
bring some culture.
who is beating on their trash can? What is happening?
Bring some culture, honey. Everywhere needs it. Have my
Yes, they would be like, what's happening over there? It's a fight.
get the little roll call going.
Be like, no, it's good. Y'all don't know about this. But I will say, with feeling youthful, I am also feeling old at the same time.
Mm,
Some of the things that these kids are doing, I cannot get behind.
I mean, I
Like
could do
some of
it.
these
I
words,
don't
I
even
can't get
use it.
behind it. Like, this whole new word, bussin'.
Oh, busting.
Listen, I will bust your window. I hate it. It's an absolute negative for me.
I mean,
No.
it has its place, you
What
know.
what does it have a place at?
But sometimes we're like, okay, like let's say you go out to eat somewhere for the very first time and the food is just busting. You know what I'm saying? Like
No. Mm-mm.
that would be the perfect time to use the word. If it's
Mm-mm.
not in the place, or when you feel like you about to bust it down low,
Listen.
so, girl,
I could see you
it's
saying
okay.
like, ooh, them dance moves is busting. I could see
Mhm.
that.
It has its
Not,
purpose. That's what I'm
ooh,
saying.
this juice is busting. What you talking about?
You're
I
like, oh
was
my god.
like, don't say that.
You know,
I
as
hate
a,
it.
and see, as someone for me who has to be an eternal youth, I have to be
Yeah.
able to get down with these crazy words, no matter how they come, because they will come. You have to,
Literally,
but you
look.
have to, you have to be open to it, so that way you can stay eternal youth.
Listen, I will stay eternally youth, but proclaiming a negative on things that's whack.
Then the real youth, they're gonna call you out though,
Well, do
and
it.
you'll have nowhere to hide. Okay.
Do it, because I tell them all the time. That's a negative. What were we even talking about?
I can't be
Look,
called out by the real actual youth, so you have to be able to stay eternal youth.
you're like, oh no, they'll come for me. They'll know. No, like we were at work and they were talking about something. I can't even remember the word I said. Okay. They were like, oh, they said some. Oh no, I think they said cap, which is
Okay.
also another one that I'm like, oh
Yeah.
no, thank you, unsubscribe.
Girl, I,
Listen, cap.
you need to get
Like
with
if you
this
can't have it naturally flow in a sentence, like that's a negative for me. Like if you gotta
and see,
force it lyrically, it's hard
it
to get
doesn't,
off the tongue.
but it does
That's a
not mean that
negative.
you don't have to use it, but you at least have to know like what they're saying. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
You,
but
you
look,
know,
so they were
you have
saying it
to
right,
know.
and I knew what the word was because I've heard people say it, but I'm not going to use it. And I was like, no, that's a negative. I'm not gonna use that. And she was like,
And you could have said that was a cap right there.
look, she was
You
like,
know?
why not? I said, I only get down with me and Miriam. And they were like, who are you talking about? I was like, Webster? She was like, who you talking about? What's that? I said, the dictionary, man. What you talking about? That's where I get my
Oh,
words from. Like, what you talking about? I
you see,
said,
I
I
was so
can't.
old.
I said, I'm going to need it. Maybe that'll be on their Christmas gift. I'll do an extra gift for Christmas after Christmas.
Okay. That was so old of you.
Listen, it had to come out. It had to be said. It had to be said. Because they up here faking like I'm going to make 3 syllables, whatever. Listen, and if I get one more text message from somebody where they write me a paragraph and only abbreviate one thing, I will throw the phone in their face the next time I see them.
That's okay. That's when you take a long time to respond because it takes you literally hours to decipher the message.
I'm like, why would you even abbreviate that one part? You spelled out all the other fucking words. Why are you abbreviating? Just never mind. You spelled out apparently. It's the same amount of letters.
Apparently, it doesn't have a.
No, listen, girl, stop it. No, I can't. These bitches is doing BRB all the time. Ma'am, we are in person. You're not gonna say. You're not gonna say, hey, come here. OMW. You ain't gonna say that. You're gonna say, I'm on my way. I'm coming. You ain't gonna abbreviate nothing else. Why they abbreviating BRB? Stop it. Okay, OMG is something different.
That's because we've had enough time to like.
No, BRB, it's not gonna be cool. We're not gonna take it off the list.
Oh, well,
Unsubscribe.
I'm gonna keep on BRB because I'm BRB off the chat. Okay.
Okay, you trying to be the spy with the young kids? Okay.
Well, I don't have to try because I am a young kid.
Oh, okay, the youngest.
I don't know why I have to keep on reminding people that I'm still.
Be like, I'm 25. Like, can you not count? Half of the 20th century of my life? Or decade, actually, that's century. But you could probably have said century. They would have been like, okay. Girl. Oh my God, Siege. Look. So I got this game. I've been telling everybody about it. It's called Things I Should Have Known.
Uh-huh.
Listen, when I tell you this game is so funny. So funny. So it has like 4 questions on each card, right? And it's supposed to be one is easy, one is medium, and building up to like the hard. Or maybe there's 3 questions on each card. But they're never in the same order. So like one card will be like the easiest at the top, hardest at the bottom. Next one will be hardest at the top, easiest one at the bottom. Okay. So I'm playing this game with people and I'm trying to like pick out the easy questions, but they would fake you out. Like you would read like half the question and I'd be like, all right, you got this. It's a topic you know. And I'd read the second half and I'd be like, ooh, they ain't got this. No, this took a twist. Like, and I look on the back and be like, the easy. I'm like, oh my God. It's so hard. And I asked this one girl, you're going to hear about it on the podcast before yours. I asked her, I said, hey, so you going to get this. And I really felt like, okay, out of anything, she going to get this one. And it said, what is Excalibur in the King Arthur fable or King Arthur story? I'm thinking like, okay, she gonna know this. She was like, who is King Arthur? Ma'am, get up from the table. You're not allowed a trivia. What's wrong with you?
We can blame our education system.
I said, what? I'm like,
everybody should know.
But also, so we were a little tweaking because we had eaten a little bit of weed brownies.
Tweaks aside.
So I was like, nah, you gonna get this. King Arthur and the Round Table, girl. And she's like, what round table? In the alley? I'm like, girl, what's wrong with you? Here go Giovanni. He was like, don't post that. That's so mean. I said, it's not mean. We were laughing. He's like, oh, okay. But I think it's mean. I was like, okay, but I'm posting it.
So what's the answer? Is it sword?
Yes.
I was like, oh no. I think I could rock that game. That's an easy game.
Okay, girl. You think so? Next time I have you on, we're gonna definitely do a little bit of them
Yes, okay.
cards.
I am ready for the challenge.
Cause
I've
them
been to your
cards,
guys 7 times,
they'll take
so
you for a
I'm good.
turn. Here go a little twist as well. In Don Quixote, where you know that one, what was the name of his spire?
Who's Don Quixote?
What? No, Siege, don't do it to me.
Wait, where is he from?
It's like the famous fable that like everybody has to read that.
Don Quixote? I haven't heard that.
Quixote? Oh no, Siege. You might not be ready for this game, girl.
Shit, girl. Damn, I've already fallen.
Right. We didn't even pop the cards out. Oh no. No, no, no. And it was like, when what was the last president of the Soviet Union?
I don't know. Why we got an extra like that?
I mean, it's real random questions. It's like things that like, okay, I know what the Soviet Union is. I know they had presidents, but then like you just don't know enough to actually answer the question.
I'm like, Putin's been president for so
Oh,
long. Like,
ma'am, that's Russia. That's not the Soviet Union.
fair.
That's from before the fall. The fall of the Soviet Union was the wall, CJ.
Oh, you did?
Yes, that's the wall.
Oh no. I mean,
So it's like Bergachev or something like that. But
no,
but that's what
because
I'm
like,
saying. It's like things that like you'll hear half the question. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I should know a little bit about that topic. And you'll hear the end, and you'll be like, ooh, that took a twist. Um,
okay.
it's
Uh,
rough.
okay.
Mm-mm.
I play PG schools.
I know. I'll blame them too, boo. I was like, I at least knew about the wall, though. Putin, stop it. And why would he not be the last one, anyways? If that's really where your mind was going, he's still the president.
Hello? Oh, that's true, right?
Yes, you almost like unseated the current president. You're like, sit down, Putin. You done. You've already been
Oh,
replaced. You're canceled. Oh my lord.
oh,
So what else are you watching on TV? What's going on?
let's see. What did I just watch the other day? Oh my god, did you watch Wednesday?
Of course I did. Did you see
Oh
they
my god.
already renewed it?
Of course they did it.
Season 2 already has a premiere date, November of this
Yeah,
year.
that means they started filming right away.
Okay, they said, oh, yep, I knew we was hot. Thank you. Already
Uh,
get back to work.
I loved me some Wednesday. That was a dope show.
Yes, it was really, really good. And I liked her character. Like, her as an actress, she played it very well.
Yeah, Jenna Ortega. She did.
Mm-hmm.
She did that shit. I loved
Yeah.
every part of it. I loved her dancing. I loved her playing the violin.
Yes.
I did not give a fuck
Or
about
not even
what she
violin. What was that?
considered.
Cello or something?
Yeah, the cello.
Yeah. But she was good. Interesting.
I love that.
Did you see Enola Holmes?
No,
Oh
it's
no,
like
CJ, don't. Don't make my soul
no.
cry. I would assume
I,
that you would like that.
I mean, I wasn't. I'm not trying to be like a hater, but it's like
Did you
I did
watch the
like the
first
show.
one?
Like, no, I didn't watch any of her shit.
Oh my god. See, it's just two. Listen, you like British shows and you
I mean,
like Sherlock Holmes.
I do. I do like
You will
Sherlock.
like her. It's his younger sister.
Yes, I feel like it's gonna be the same thing that I've
It's
already watched with
not.
Sherlock.
It's not. It's very good. Cause it's the actress from Stranger Things.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Oh.
I don't want to be one of those just because I like her on one show. It means you're automatically gonna get my support.
Oh. Okay. You got work for your support. I hear it.
Okay, so I need to make sure, like,
But it is really good. I did enjoy
yeah.
both of them.
All right, I'm gonna take your word on that.
Yes, I think you should give it a whirl.
Mm,
Give it a whirl, give it a try. I think you'll like it. What else are you watching?
let's see. That's what I just finished watching.
What do you watch normally? Netflix, Hulu, or HBO?
Probably more Netflix out of everything.
Okay. Have you seen the one called Kaleidoscope? Kaleidoscope?
I just saw that on the TV right now.
So look at that. Google is on it. Google's like, I'm ahead of you, girl. I'm gonna set you up.
Like literally, I just saw that was like
Listen, so this show is really interesting. Um, it reminds me a little bit of like, did you see Jason Statham in Bank Job?
I think I did see Bank Job.
Like Bank Job, Money Heist, those kind of vibes where like different characters
Really?
come together, they're on a mission, they're on a hunt, like first Ocean's 11, not all the
Okay.
prequels, but like the first one where it was like really well put together. That's what it reminds me of. But here's the plot twist, okay?
Okay.
So just like all the colors that are in a kaleidoscope, right?
Uh huh.
Each episode, the name of the episode is not a number, it's a color in the kaleidoscope. So
Okay.
everybody actually starts on a different color.
Okay.
So like I started off, like me and one of my coworkers were trying to see what's going on. She started off she started off with yellow and then green and then went on to stuff, and I started off with green and then yellow.
Really?
Yeah, so it switches the so mine
Perspectives.
did green, yellow, so it's black, green, yellow, blue, violet. And hers was black, yellow, green, violet, blue. And I feel like everybody's ends with orange, red, pink, and then white. But it is very interesting that they were able to write it in a way that it doesn't seem choppy. Like it seems to flow, even though people's storylines are being seen in a different perspective. It's very interesting.
Just added it to my watch list.
Yes, add it on, add it on. But it's really good. I'm almost done with that. I'm like on the last episode now. And then I know you liked your manifest. Did you get down with season 4 or no?
Season 4. That's. I don't even remember the last season I watched. I hope it was season 4.
Well, season 4 has two parts. So they dropped one part and then they're getting ready to do the second part.
Oh my god, what does it sound like?
But I'm having a little bit of trouble like concentrating because the main character, you know how he was in Once Upon a Time as Prince
Yes.
Charming? Like I
Uh-huh.
can't, I don't know. I feel like this season is really hard for me to see him as not the Once Upon a Time character.
Prince Charming. I mean, he's always gonna be Prince
Like
Charming.
it just keeps going to that, and I'm like, oh, I don't think you're pulling this bad guy off. Like this rougher, I'm aggravated kind of persona. I don't think you're pulling it off, Prince Charming. Like
But we have to try it though. Like it's not.
so, I don't know. I would have thought that you would have seen that.
No, I've seen it.
Prince
I'm all for it.
Charming. Yes.
But Once Upon a Time, I love it.
And then look, I am so literally when I get off the phone with you, I'm diving into the Madoff Monster of Wall Street, the new one that they just did.
What is it called?
Madoff, like the Ponzi scheme guy from New York, that like stole everybody's like millions and billions of dollars.
Oh shit.
Yes. So they've done like multiple documentaries or like, just docuzays about him, but they just did a brand new one that's supposed to be about him having interviews with him while he's in prison because he's locked up, and also like some of the other people that played part in it that people didn't really talk about before. So I was like, I'm in for it. And then also, I'm gonna start watching. Did you see Alice in Borderland?
No.
So
I
that's a
think
new
so.
one, and that has two seasons out. and that was recommended to me that it was like Squid Games.
Oh, I did
Uh,
see that.
yeah. So I'm totally down for that. So those are my two big picks: is Alice in Borderland and the Madoff docu because I'm ready for it. Because I'm trying to fill in. This is my thing. Like, a lot of big shows are coming out in a couple months. So I'm trying to get sort of like these one offs that are smaller seasons that I just didn't do. I had them on the back burner. I'm trying to watch all of them because you know when our big guns come out, there'll be no time. All of my time will be objectively made for like all of
I
my
heard that
HBO stuff.
there's all like Disney projects that
Well, didn't Disney just put out a new one?
I don't know, but I heard like House of Agatha might be on the chopping block or something.
What is it?
Well, House of Agatha or the one show with the Agatha from WandaVision, Agatha Harkness.
Mm-mm. I don't know
Well,
that.
yeah, they're supposed to have like Billy, like Scarlet Witch's son on it and stuff. It's supposed to be cool.
House of Agatha?
I think that's what it was called.
Okay.
Cause it's supposed to be like a cover thing.
Yeah, I don't know. They were just like, oh, Disney got some new stuff. I was like, okay. Hold on, Disney. I'm going to come around back to you. Disney will be there forever. So they can wait.
Yeah, they
Yes. Oh my God. And I just went, we went today and got our boosters. Did you get a booster?
no. Booster for what?
For COVID vaccine. You're supposed to go and get like, you're supposed to continue it, I guess, sort of like the flu vaccine, like every 8 months or so. Yeah, girl. So we got those and we got our flu shot. And besides being like a little bit tired, I don't really have that bad of side effects or anything from it. Because normally the flu shot like made me ill. Like I was
Well,
like, ugh, this is brutal.
well, yeah, I'm guessing that's how the science of that's supposed to work. You know, you're taking.
Right, and that's what I always think to myself, like mentally, like, oh, okay, it's just working, bitch. I just work through the vomit. Um, but it's also kind of a good thing if my body doesn't react, because it's like, oop, nope, already got it. We're good. Knocked it out. So that's what I'm hoping is happening. Either way, we're just PRing it up. We're like, oh, nope, we're still good. That didn't happen, but we're still great. We're just doing it up. So that's a thing. Oh, Lord.
No booster shots here.
You should get it, though.
Oh no.
Because it is changing. I mean, it's going to be just like the flu. Like, it's going to change. There's going to be variants.
And just
Blah,
like
blah,
with the
blah.
flu, I was never one getting flu shots every year either.
Right. I don't really get it every year. I think the last one I had was like, ooh, 4 or 5 years ago, something like that. Yeah, probably like 4. So I don't get it on the regular. CDC, simmer down.
Yeah.
Don't even get riled up. But
No.
I do think every once in a while it's good to kind of throw it in the bloodstream, knock it around a little bit. Make sure we're still on the defensive. Don't get too complacent, body. Like, get ready for them punches when they come.
Shit.
Kind of give your body a
Yeah,
test run.
an MMA match.
Yes.
Uh,
Some kind of something. Wake it up. Like when them screens like just go black, or they used to have the screensavers. Like, don't let your body go into a screensaver, boo. Keep the immune system going. Pump it up. So that's what I'm all about today. And then we had to search because his one nephew had not gotten a vaccine yet. And not every place was giving out the number one, girl. They're like, oh, we don't got the first one. I said, oh, wait a minute. What we gonna do then? He got to get, he's way behind. We got to get him in. Get all them shots in. But we like found it at CVS. I was like, okay, because you got to get this. You can't be dying up here in my apartment. Uh-uh.
Really?
Ma'am. Listen, ain't had no vaccine in your life? Hold up, son.
It's like you can die out here, but not in here. Yeah.
Uh-uh. I don't need that on my record. Mm-mm. Being a
Okay.
witness for something, signing off on something. No, that's a negative.
Negligent over here.
Right. Keep me clean. Uh-uh. Don't want no parts in it. I said, we got to get him all stuck up. He getting a flu shot tomorrow as well. He don't even know. He go,
Oh,
Giovanni,
really?
it's okay. Just sign up for both. He don't know. I said, okay. So hopefully he doesn't have horrible side effects like some people have. Because I'll be like, because you know I'll be PRing it up. No, this means it's working. This is
Oh
good.
my god. Lord, you and your PR campaigns.
Yes. You got to do it up. You, you got to PR yourself. It's a hard job out here when you're doing it for yourself, boo.
Okay.
Girl, I tell everybody every day, I'm like, hey, did you listen to the podcast chat? They're like, no, not yet, not yet. I'm like, okay, don't miss out.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Get on it. Get
Or
on
these
it now.
sponsorships come around. And
Yes, I'm like,
I'll
get
act
on
like I
it.
know that, you know. I'll act like I know that, yeah.
Right. Because
Okay.
we on Apple, so we fancy.
Oh, you're an Apple now?
Oh, I
Yes.
am, bitch. We on there.
Yeah, so I'm 360.
Okay,
360 degree
Apple.
certified.
Okay. Well, Apple takes so long because they make you sign up, even though what you're doing is free. They make you sign up bank accounts, tax, W 2s. I'm like, Apple, it's free, boo. And they're like, but everybody does this. So sign up for your zero profit. I'm like, I hate you, Apple. They were so ridiculous.
Not hey, yeah, such a
Well, I hate the process. I don't
okay.
hate the product.
Get behind that.
Okay. PR twist.
Not plot twist.
Yes. Oh, think about a plot twist. Did you watch Glass Onion?
Yes, they did.
Oh.
That was super cute.
Listen, Edward Norton, I love him. I
That was
love
super cute.
everything he's in. I love his personality. I will go back to, and I've been waiting for a moment to um, gracefully mention Primal Fear because it is one of the best movies I've ever seen him in. Did you see
Of
that
course.
one?
Which movie?
Primal Fear?
No, I haven't seen that.
Listen, if you do anything when you get off the phone with me, go watch Primal Fear. It is so good.
Is it a Is it a newer movie?
No, it is not.
Okay.
It's going to be an older movie. It's going to possibly be not even in the 2000s. No, I think it is. I think it's like early 2000s. So it's probably like 15 years old or something.
That's not bad.
Yeah. But it is, I'm telling you, it's probably his best acting, best role. And the plot twist at the end, oh, beautiful. Beautiful. You know me and the plot twist. Plot twist and a PR. That's all I need. Maybe some scotch on the rocks. Just those three right there. That's triple death right
Primal
there.
Fear 1996?
Huh?
Primal Fear 1996?
Who is?
Is that the movie? It's 1996.
No. Oh, it is 1996. It's 96? Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Look, I was like, I'm not 96. What you talking about? Yes, that makes sense. That's fine. But oh, it's so good, Siege.
I think I might have seen that.
I feel like you did when we were living together, probably. Because it's so good. Like when they were in the Catholic Church and he gets arrested for killing a priest and his lawyer has to try and get him off against the Vatican lawyers.
Okay.
Oh, it's so good.
11/11.
Okay. Make it happen. I'm hyping him up. Oh, it's such a good movie. I might just go rewatch it myself right now.
Sure.
It's so good.
Really inspired.
Mm-hmm. It's a good movie, man. And then I forget the other guy's name that plays his lawyer, but he's a really good actor too. Like,
Oh, I just heard of
like the guy that played on Pretty Women, I think. The lawyer. Isn't that right?
Yeah,
Right?
I just heard of them.
What's his name?
I hate living in your Google, dude.
Google's letting you down now? Oh no.
No, it's just the way they arrange things now differently. I'm not used to it. It's
Oh
like,
no.
you just switch things up on me. It's like it's been a new kid.
Mm-mm-mm.
It's not the
Richard Gere.
Richard Gere.
Yep, that is. Oh, and little baby Edward Norton. Oh, like everybody in here, the cast is phenomenal. Mm-hmm. It is really, really good. Oh, and Andre, I forgot he was in there. He's so funny. Oh, man. I'm totally gonna watch it. That's it. Totally gonna watch it when I get off with you.
Oh, that's gonna be it. Yeah, you already named like 5 shows you gotta watch right when you get off.
No, like, I'm finishing Kaleidoscope. Then I'm doing, I mean,
Yes.
Alice in Borderland, that's 2 seasons. That's gonna be like a project for the weekend. And then the Madoff, that's only 4 episodes. So I'll probably watch that tomorrow during lunch.
I know, luckily that was only 4 episodes. I saw that. I was like, okay,
Yeah, it's
it's about.
shorter. It's shorter. That's why I was like, okay, I can get into it. It's nothing like The Staircase or something. Which, if you've never, did you watch that documentary about The Staircase?
No,
CeeJae,
what is it? What were you talking about?
listen. The Staircase is a documentary on Netflix about a guy who finds his wife, supposedly finds his wife, at the bottom of the stairs, brutally murdered. But then he gets charged for the murder and gets arrested. And it's following him and his defense team trying to get him off. And there are so many plots and twists and turns. It's like, did you see Making of a Murderer?
No, I don't watch the evil murder documentary shit.
Yes. Well, I was going to say this is similar to that in the way that some of the things are very open ended, that they're not really cut and dry. Yes, he did it, he did not do it, that kind of thing. So it's very open to discussion, open to interpretation. It's very interesting. You got that, then HBO, because that was like maybe 10 years ago or so they did that. Then, like a year ago, maybe, year and a half at most, HBO came out with a limited series docu about the staircase where everybody was like actors were playing the roles of the people, and phenomenal, and you learned more things, but always start with Netflix before the HBO. But Staircase is so good, like, so.
HBO.
Huh?
I said HBO tried to copy Netflix.
Listen, they they outdid Netflix, girl. I mean, we didn't really have a doubt. They got more money. Let's be for real. Netflix was like, let me tell you who's the documentary king. Don't be coming for our spot. Do your little shows, do your comedies. Don't do this. But they did it, girl. It was so good. Oh my God. The acting was phenomenal. The main guy that played the dad, his mannerisms and speech and walk and everything that he did copying the main actual guy was so impeccable. It was impressive to watch. It was really good. You should watch it, but that's a long watch. Like, you got to invest some time into that. It was a little bit easier for me because when I came, like when the HBO one was about to come out, I had already seen that one years before. So, like, I was already more than halfway through the whole process. Because the Netflix one is 10 episodes long. It's real long. But it's, oh, girl, it's good. So if you got like a week where like you find yourself like, oh, I don't have not one show to watch, you put in that staircase, girl.
So
It's,
what happened with the guy though? Like, did he do it or not?
I mean, I don't know, buddy. I don't know.
Is he still in prison?
Nah, he's out of prison now. He was in prison. He ended up having to, because they were going to go to a retrial, and they agreed where he would do, I forget what that's called, but it's like where you say that you were guilty or that there was enough evidence that you would possibly be guilty, but then your time is served. So he served no more additional time by signing that and saying that he was.
A plea deal?
It's not a plea deal. It's, hold on, I'm gonna get the word for it now, because now going down a rabbit hole. Oh, staircase. Staircase. Drama miniseries. Oh my god, I love you. Staircase. Alfred plea. That's what it's called.
Alfred plea.
Yeah, Alfred plea is when you're pleading guilty, but that he wouldn't be pleading guilty because he was because he's innocent. So you're still saying that you are innocent, but that the state has enough evidence against you where it could be there. So it says, in which the defendant maintains their innocence and does not admit to the criminal act they are accused of, but admits that the prosecution has sufficient evidence to persuade a judge or jury to find the defendant guilty, and thus agrees to be treated as guilty. But then he didn't have to serve any more time. Like that was the same thing that that Making of the Murderer got as well, the Alfred plea. It's basically when it ends up becoming a thing where like they've served enough time, but like it's too muddy of a water where the prosecution has enough evidence, but it's still a gamble on whether they can actually prove it or not. So it's like both, almost like uh, a standoff where both sides sort of have good things and have bad things. So instead of going to court and gambling everything, they settle on, okay, I'll take this and say on the line that I was guilty, even though I'm still saying I was innocent. It's very confusing, but it's so good, so good. There's so many characters. It's like a blended family, and there's so many different storylines. It is phenomenal. That's what I was saying. Like it's a lot. Like no joke, it's a lot to invest. But if you have like a week free, definitely do it.
Oh my
Like
god.
pace yourself out.
I need
And
to check out the movie Megan.
Megan, what is that?
The one with the little doll? The little android or whatever she is?
Megan the movie?
Yeah. I think it came out like in
Mm,
December or something.
that looks funny. No.
No. It's like a advanced Chucky type shit.
Yeah, no, I'm good with that.
Oh shit. I think I might watch it.
You like scary whatever movies. I'm not down for that.
I mean, I'm not like into like scary movies like that, but this looks crazy as shit.
More than me, like I don't know. I'd rather want like a psychological thriller than like a doll or zombies coming to get me. Like I don't like that. So I'm like, okay, what's happening here? Are we just
You
gonna
gotta
pretend this is for real? What's happening?
be ready, honey. Them zombies are coming.
Yes, but if it's like a serial killer, like you know me, I'm like, I just want somebody to really scare me.
Shit.
I'm crazy. It's alright.
The real life stuff is great.
Yes, that's why, a girl, I will forever be watching some documentaries. Like, give me somebody that, like, chopped up some blood. People were talking about the Dahmer one, and they were like, oh my God, I couldn't watch the Dahmer. I had to, like, pause, and it was too much, and whatever, whatever. And I was like, oh.
I
Does it
figured you
make
watched
me
it.
bad if I did not pause?
I mean, girl, yeah.
Okay. Cause I was like, okay, and what's next? What's happening? I was in for it. I was like, let's do it. What's next? Who you killing? What's going?
He was like, yeah, I did not flinch. No.
No. And like the only creeped out part was like when he was taking out like the fish guts. Cause I was like, okay, this a little much now. But I definitely didn't pause it.
I'm gonna leave that to
I said,
you.
be a big girl. Push through it. Yes. I stuck around for it, girl. Mm-mm. I still gotta go back. That's the next one too. After all, after all those shows this week, I will also be watching House of. Oh man, this is gonna be a really good one. I hope it is.
The dragon?
House of no, House of Dragon. I definitely watched. Don't be offensive. Do not even. House of Dragon. I'm ready for. Listen, we haven't even talked about it. People were like, "Why didn't you talk about that? Why didn't you talk about like Succession?" I was like, "Girl, I will talk about it when the new season comes out."
I didn't go back and finish it. I wasn't committed to it.
Oh my God, you didn't watch House of Dragon?
No, I didn't finish it. Like, it wasn't doing it for me.
CJ, oh my God, you need to push through it.
You already know, like, what the story, how it's gonna end.
Excuse me?
Just like I'm watching about.
Okay, so I did go on and see a little bit of um, like spoilers, because like we were just like too puzzled at work, and I'm like, oh, I have to know, I have to know. Like, do they have children? Her with her brother? I don't know. So some of the answers I kind of knew, but I just live for it. All they need to do is have like a lark there singing, and like that will be just whipped cream on top of the pie.
We're marked out for.
Why don't they have any larks there? They don't have nobody singing. They're like, we're here for death and murder. That's it.
You did for Game of Thrones, they had a lark.
Did they?
They were larking, yeah, Game of Thrones. Sure.
Well, maybe like when they were in the square. Maybe, yeah, you saw a little bit of that.
Like when they were like out in the woods, they're like singing stuff.
Oh, true, true, true. But Game of Thrones, you can't duplicate that magic. Okay, Jon Snow.
Yeah,
Give me a
they're
call.
holding up.
Give me a call, Jon Snow. We'll put you on the podcast.
Well, let me go through that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll have like 20 people on the podcast at once. Be like, this is the episode everybody was talking about. Jon Snow.
Ambush. Yeah, we're all here.
Yes. All of a sudden get like a million calls. You on the podcast right now? I am.
Hello. Let's take the next caller.
Right. Okay, so I found the one that I was talking about. It's called House of Hammer. So, listen to this. It's a shocking Hollywood scandal rips open the Hammer family's perfect facade. Okay? From rape allegations against Army Hammer to years of deceit at the hands of his great grandfather, the family's dark secrets finally come to light. Now, this is a really good show, and this came out sort of the same time as Dahmer, and I feel like it got a little like washed over because of that. But he was like accused of like killing like a man or something, killing somebody, and saying something about like that they were cannibals. Like it's supposed to be from the perspective of like the daughter that's writing secrets about what it was like to live with her parents like that. So it's been on the back burner for a minute. And I knew the month of January, because they weren't gonna have that many like new seasons renewed in January, that that'd be the good time to sort of get all these one-offs in. But I'm excited for that because that's on Discovery. Discovery Plus.
Seems like there's only 3 episodes.
Yeah, it's not long. Just literally like I had so much going on. As you see, like too many shows, what's going on? Um
I can get that on Amazon.
I just didn't have the time, girl. But I got time for it now. So we gonna do it. So that's what we should watch. We should watch that and Primal Fear. Mm-mm-mm. Primal Fear, and then because you liked Squid Games, right?
I did like Squid Games,
So then I think you'll like Alice in Borderland. Like that's what they were saying it was comparable to.
but I don't know if I would watch Squid Games again.
I mean, it's not the same as Squid Game, sir.
I think it's awful to make people do stuff like that just to give them a glimpse of hope by winning money that they're not gonna win.
Listen,
That's so cruel.
it is cruel. It is cruel, but it's just like that girl. That's what I was talking about when she opened up that food door and nothing's there. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, oh, there's actually nothing. So let
Not
me
not
leave
even
you with a couple bars of my new song.
not, not even one bag of grain
Right.
inside of
Maybe you can just eat my notes, and that will give you nourishment.
that
I was like,
gross.
this is brutal. You're gonna die right here, ma'am.
So
Lark,
well,
you dying.
she had to do something because if not, they would come after her.
Yes.
What the fuck did you just? You got me all jazzed up for what, bitch? For an
Right.
empty storage brain?
That's where I
Oh,
thought it was about to go because they were like, there's nothing there. I hate you. She's like, oh, we're all really bad. And they started thinking, like, you look like you've eaten. I don't think you're the we. What you doing? Where were you
son.
eating? Go, like, raid the dwarf's house. All them croissants and whatnots that they were eating the night before. She was like, oops. Sorry. But brutal. So that's what we need to watch, Siege.
Oh, that's funny.
What?
Honk for Jesus, save your soul.
What is it?
Honk for Jesus, save your soul.
Or what? What is that on?
Amazon.
Okay, Amazon. I
It has
mean,
Regina Hall.
honk for Jesus. Somebody just wearing a shirt like that?
No, it's a movie. It's a comedy. It has Regina Hall in it.
Hmm. I don't know about that.
And Sterling Brown.
Okay.
He was in. I don't know. I might put like on a watch list for like a rainy day.
Right. Start that up.
Thunderstorm, tsunami.
Yes.
Oh my god! Did you ever watch A Discovery of Witches? They just had their final season last year.
No. What are you talking about?
That's another Discovery show.
Okay. So I literally got Discovery for the Hammer show and have watched nothing else on Discovery.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I had so much going on, girl. No, actually, I got it for the Casey Anthony documentary. Oh, girl. Okay, we got some stuff on here. But what's it called? Discovery of Witches?
A Discovery of Witches.
Oh my god, I think that's Discovery of Witches. I think this was the one that I was looking at on. You said on Discovery. I see Cults and Belief, Witches of Salem.
Let me send a link.
Okay, girl.
Oh, not Discovery. AMC, it says.
And what is AMC? They got an app.
No, you can watch it through Amazon Video or like
Okay, Prime Video. All right, now we doing something. Now we cooking. Prime Video. But even though Prime Video, listen, I love me my boys. I love the Rings of Power, but it is hard to watch things on here. It is
Prime.
on Prime, yes.
And I only do it when I'm at the TV.
Oh, it's so crazy. Okay, a Discovery. I think I do know what this is. Like one is a witch, one is a vampire.
Yeah.
Oh yes, yes. I never started watching that. I will though.
They had a long hiatus too. I was like, oh no.
Right, because they won their thing. because they were like Sundance, original series, whatever winner.
I was
Um,
definitely giving it like.
right. Okay.
Mm,
All right, 2019. Yeah, it took 2 years. But it made sense. That was right in COVID, like the heart of COVID.
right before, man, they could have done that shit.
Uh-huh.
They could have tried harder.
Y'all could have just moved in together.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right, make some dedication.
this is.
Be dedicated to the craft. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna get on this. But that's a little bit longer. So that's gonna be at the end. Alright, on the watch list. Got it. And you know what else I don't like? I don't like how they separate season one and season two.
On what?
Like on Amazon Prime.
I know,
How
right?
they
Like,
have you like put it on as separate, like, oh my god.
I need to learn from
It's
Netflix.
too much for me. I'm like, what is happening with you? You're doing the most. And not in a good way. All right, well we got our stuff here. I might even watch this Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan. Okay.
Tale of Tales. Oh, they are finding more stuff to watch. I need to get off here.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna close it down too. Well, okay, cause I'm in the car, girl. Like, it's not even like I can just like roll over and go to bed. I gotta pack up, move upstairs. Like, we got some steps. So we gonna call it a night here. But definitely ready for Watcher season 3. Witcher, what I'm talking about.
Thank you for
Witcher
having me
season
on.
3.
It was definitely an honor and a pleasure.
Yes. And we will catch up in a couple weeks when we got some new shows. Kind of see what them rainy days have provided you with.
Okay, okay. For sure.
Okay. And hopefully, Staircase makes it on there, buddy. Staircase is so good.
Oh, yeah. I'm
You will
trying to.
not be disappointed. It is
I
worth
keep
it.
thinking, honey, okay, you got me with all these crazy psycho killer movies and shows.
Listen, it's
Okay.
he says he's innocent, boo. So we gonna have to go down that roller coaster.
Well,
It's a trip, so you gotta prepare yourself. Take some
hopefully,
notes.
hopefully I don't fall down from the staircases myself.
Oh, girl, don't do that.
Like, I'm gonna believe it now. I'm
You're
playing
like,
catch.
oh no, I've tripped on the
So I'm super
stairs.
cool.
Who can save me?
They got me tripping down staircases, guys. You guys heard it here first.
Mm-mm-mm. Girl, one of his thing was when he got out of jail, he had to live in a place that didn't have any stairs in it. Stop it.
Mm.
I said, how is that part of your probation? Must live in a place with no stairs. Come on now. That's reaching. Too fearful. Stairs will be a traumatic thing. It's not good. It's not good, girl.
Yeah, it's real stuff.
Yes, it's a real struggle right there. That's what his son said too. He lives on the first floor. There's no stairs in his apartment that he has. I was like, okay, son for the save, but that's a little psycho. Okay,
Or either that or he's committed to his storyline.
the son,
Okay. He
like,
got already.
all right. He's like, we can't back down now. We gonna look
Okay.
crazy.
Okay.
We here with you now, cause it's a bundle package. We gonna look bad if you fail, so we gonna just
Okay.
have to keep pushing you up.
Shoot. Shoot. I get that storyline.
They try to push that out theory, but I don't know. I don't know. It's a little bit of reach. I don't know. You will have to watch it. It's so many twists and turns. Oh my god, I can't wait for you to watch it.
But honestly, thank you for having me. I do appreciate it.
Yes, it's gonna be great. Please continue to listen and stay tuned. More
Yeah.
shows to come.
I will be waiting and listening for the next episode on Side Note.
Yes.